we're talking with someone right now in this session who's also been kind of having his fingerprint on the industry in, well, maybe a small way, but it's an EV, but now there's also a bigger version of the small way. And we're with Jason Kenagy, the co-founder and CEO of JackRabbit. Jason, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. Great to be here again, Matt. It's a great show, great weather, and we're glad you're all here. Come ride a JackRabbit. We got a bunch of JackRabbits to ride.
That's what I was going to say. So the little small fingerprint is, the JackRabbit is one of the coolest e-bikes out there, and it's compact. You can fold it up. You can take it with you in various ways that you can't do with other versions. So for people that aren't familiar with the brand, let's talk about the first one you've got right up front on stage here. And if you can hear it, swing by and check out this demo. This is the original, yeah?
This is our OG line of JackRabbits. It's literally called the OG2.
Yeah.
This is Wired Magazine's best micro e-bike. We came up with this thing, we invented this thing, and Wired decided we're the best micro e-bike. And we're like, okay, we'll go with that. We're a micro e-bike. It's kind of a hybrid between stand-up scooters, the best of stand-up scooters combined with the best of e-bicycles as well. This bike right here, it's 25 pounds, fully electric, made for adults. We do have some of these in the kids zone because you can make them slower as well. They all go 20 miles an hour, but we have some in the kids zone that are, I think, slowed down to 7 miles an hour. Great bike to learn on as well. But this bike, the NFL rides this bike. The U.S. Olympic rugby team bought a fleet of these bikes. So this bike works really well for getting people around. You'll see Electrify staff riding the OG2 around, as well as our other bikes, the XG. We have 6 models here for you to ride. But we also have a new bike that has come out that, and I'll just lift this OG and
you want to swing it back there?
Put it aside for a second and pull out the MG. So this is MG Doble. The MG is a new line of ours. This is our first, I'll call it a big bike. It's a mullet design bike. For those of you not familiar with mountain biking, downhill mountain biking, that means a bigger front wheel than the rear wheel. It rolls over things really well, but it's got a smaller wheel in the back that enables you to get on and get off of this bike super easily, kind of, right? This bike has a 750-watt motor. It has about 50 miles range on it. It's large. It's still not a giant-looking bike, but it does look more like a typical bike, and yet it carries weight really well. We advertise this for $375. But I've had more than that on this bike. We have trailers for these bikes. You know, we're calling this bike a micro hauler because it'll haul a little butt and it will haul a lot of gears and haul people around as well.
I like that, micro hauler. So again, this is brand new. I mean, this has only been out for a month or so?
About a month. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when we were in San Francisco, we got a chance to talk about this originally, but for those who are here in Chicago that are brand new to everything, so you said that this is, again, it holds about 375 pounds or so?
Yep, at least 375. That's what we rate it for. We test it for beyond there as well, and then we have not had any failures, and this thing will carry a lot of stuff. It's kind of like, we love cargo bikes, we love bicycles. We just kind of realized in the genesis of JackRabbit was like, sometimes bicycles, full-size bicycles are bigger than you need. It's kind of overkill. You got to think about how you get it to the ride, and then in the middle of the ride, when you're not riding and you're at a cafe or restaurant or bar or whatever, where do you stick it then? And then at the end of the ride, say you've had a cocktail or two and you want to get home, what do you do then? How do you get it home, right? So that is why it's one of the reasons why we created JackRabbit, is to be able to get things here and there, and which we love working with GreenCars, we love working with Electrify and the whole EV space, which is why we work so well with cars. Like JackRabbits fit in cars. They blend seamlessly, they transition from between these different kind of like transportation modes or modalities.
Well, and again, also too, is it speaks to the Electrify show-off people that get involved with their vehicles. The amount of times you see a JackRabbit that's customized and basically a mirror image of the vehicle. It's part of the branded theme of what they've done with their build. They also have a JackRabbit that they ride around and show off. When they're showing off their car, they're showing off their JackRabbit as well.
Yeah, I did see that. So you were telling me that you can actually fit a couple of these behind the seat of a Model 3. So tell me a little bit about that.
I think I've had 8 in a Model 3 before.
Oh, wait.
Wow. Okay.
You can. I was by myself at this point, but you can fit 3 JackRabbit OG2s in the trunk of a Tesla Model 3. You can fit 2 in the trunk of a Corvette, and Corvettes have tiny trunks.
That is a tiny trunk.
And then, the back seat, because there's no chains, there's no pedals on these things. They are 100% electric. that you can slide them behind the front seat of your car super easily. The pedals won't snag on the seats. The chains won't get anything dirty. And then off you go. And when you get to your destination, you just you get where you need to go, and you have a great time doing it. If you haven't ridden a JackRabbit, ride it. Our biggest skeptics, our biggest kind of like cross-arm frowners, when they get on a JackRabbit, they grin and or they start laughing. And
you gotta have like a before and after series of like, it's like, oh, here's the dude in line that was just like, yeah, whatever, and then like after it, I'm just like, oh, cool, I get it now. Well, I mean, part of what we were describing too is there's some unique features to this. Not only just the size you guys have with the original OG, but also the fact that you can fold this thing up. People think bike and they hear, wait, you put a bike in the trunk and 3 of them. It's because of these very simple features you built in that made it very functional for people that live in, for example, urban settings where it's like you got to get it down a hallway, you got to pack it somewhere. You guys thought of some very user-friendly utility elements to these bikes that no one else had thought of.
Yeah, we'll show you. Swing by our booth, we'll show you all the different modes of it. But whether you're living in a big city, I mean, Chicago's a big city, or whether you're living in the suburbs or more rural areas, we sell at a lot of dealers. We sell at a lot of rural dealers as well. Scheels all over the kind of the center of the country. We sell at all Scheels. And they work for all types of transportation. Again, if you live in New York City or Chicago and you need to go up a flight of stairs, you might take your big heavy e-bike up there once or twice, and then you
stop.
And then you'll stop, right? If you do it with a JackRabbit, we have commuters who do it every day. Or if you're a parent and you have a teen that needs to go to school and you don't want them, wheeling down the road on a dirt bike or something, right? And you want to get them home at the end of the ride and it's dark and you just throw the JackRabbit in the back of your car. I mean, it's just that simple. You just pick it up and throw it in the trunk.
Okay, so that's great. Okay, I love all that. One thing we haven't touched on yet is how do I charge the thing?
So yeah, we have a charge port underneath the frame. All JackRabbits come with chargers that will charge it. Most of our models in 3 hours. A couple of our models in 5 hours. We have a solar charger product, a 100-watt panel that does the up convert to the voltages necessary. We have a 12-volt DC charger, and you can charge the batteries out of the frame as well. If you have an RV, if you have a plane, if you have a boat, various other use cases, people do charge batteries out of it as well. And batteries are inexpensive. Our standard travel battery is a couple $100, and so if you're worried about range, our standard travel battery gets 10 miles. Our larger battery gets 24 miles. Several of our bikes have 2 battery slots, so that can see like 50 miles range roughly, right? But if you're worried about range, carry another 2-pound battery in your backpack.
Well, they're really not big. That's the thing. Is people think batteries and vehicle, they immediately start to jump to the idea of like, well, I can't get an extra one, I can't carry it. But these are things you can just pop right out of the frame.
Yeah, I mean that's like we love fun. We have a unique, quirky, make fun of ourselves personality and everything, but we make a good product and we make it for fun. But we really, the original reason to make this was for mobility, was for transportation. More so than normal scooters and normal full-size e-bikes. This thing is built for transportation.
It's familiar too, like you were saying. It wasn't something that was like, okay, again, there's a lot of options out there, but I think people to get into electrification, they need something that kind of feels like something they've known. And the very fact that the original OG was compact, light, but anybody that was, again, someone my size or a football player can hop on one of those things and they have the exact same experience. That's something that really speaks to what you did from a design methodology perspective.
Yeah, on the internet, and I'm talking to you people on the internet out there in cyberspace. We get all kinds of like, that's not a bike. Like we do get that.
Yeah.
If it looks like a bike, it's made of bike parts. We sell it at bike shops all over the country. It rides like a bike. It's got bike geometry.
Show a photo of it to someone, they're gonna go, that's a bike.
Like a motorcycle, people call it their bike, don't they? Kind of, right?
Yeah,
but anyway, we won't argue about it. Call it whatever you want. Like, please call it whatever you want. We call ourselves a small EV as well, because we all know what EVs are, and I'll add a word in front of EVs. Big EVs, they're called cars, that have electric motors and electric, systems and larger batteries. We are a small EV that fits in and works with big EVs really well. Works in the same infrastructure really well, and literally fits inside them really well.
Now, okay, I want to bring up something really cool that you mentioned earlier. You can actually fly with these. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I fly with JackRabbits all over the place. You know, we sell a travel bag. If you're at Electrify here today, swing by our booth. We have a travel bag in our booth. We'll show you how we pack them up. You know, and I'll show you videos. If you go online, you can see videos of, you know, it's funny, like it's a new thing. And so when I fly into New York City, sometimes with them, I land at LaGuardia. One bike will come out on the regular baggage claim, and another bike will come out on the kind of the oversized, where
They don't know where to put it.
They don't know where to put it, basically, right? You know, but I fetch them both, right? And I strap the two bags together, and I roll out of the airport with them. And when I fly to Las Vegas, I literally ride out of the airport, and I've ridden from the Vegas airport all the way downtown to Fremont
awesome.
Street, and it's legal. And I have FAA and TSA guys who are like, "Is that a JackRabbit? Is that a JackRabbit battery?" Because what you do is you take our standard travel battery, and you can bring two travel batteries. The regulations are 100 to 160 watt hours. You can bring two batteries on an airplane with. We think it's created. That law is created for laptops, basically,
yes,
right?
yeah.
You know, but it applies to power tool batteries and JackRabbit batteries and video camera batteries and stuff like that, right? And battery banks as well for your cell phone and everything, right? So you can bring two of those batteries in your carry-on. You check the bike, and then it's just an easy install, you know, an easy assembly and disassembly in and out of the airport. We even have a trailer. Our travel bag converts into a trailer, so you can put your luggage into your travel bag and then tow it behind as a trailer. So
It's like you guys have thought of everything.
Well, we're a little bit crazy. We have personality, and we're like, and you referred to modifications and customization. We love people that modify and customize. You know, we like, if you have a personality, you might be interested in JackRabbit. You know,
Awesome.
you can do all kinds of you can personalize this thing, suit it, tune it to your own personality, and we have a very lovable, enthusiastic group. We call them Jackos out there in the world that put bigger motors on these. That will void your warranty if you put a bigger controller or motor on it. But it's America. People do that, but they also do things like just aesthetically change it. They put snow tires on it. JackRabbits perform really well in winter conditions. I've ridden a JackRabbit in Madison out on the lake, frozen with studded tires on it. People use them to get to their ice fishing huts. I mean, they're like, I could go on and on and on about the use cases.
Well, it's a simple product that's very versatile, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people, as you were describing how you could get on and off a plane. Everything we're talking about for that was the OG. The MG is not a plane-going bike.
It is legal to fly with. It will run on our travel batteries, but it won't fit on our travel bag.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. No, that's the thing is you built a very. Sometimes products just get overthought. And what you did was applied some practical ideas for electrification to something that people loved for a long, long time. So I guess also for those who are at the show, we talked about test rides. Where here at the show can they find you from the EV Reality Check booth?
Yeah, in Show Off, if you kind of make your way through our little maze here at Electrify, you can't kind of miss us. We're right in front of the normal e-bike demo zone, and why we do that, I mean, like. It shows off the maneuverability of JackRabbits, you know, and so you can test ride and perform little tight turns on a JackRabbit. You can test the throttle and feel how much acceleration these things have, and they do have plenty. If you really, really ask nicely, we may allow you to take it out on the regular test course as well. But you'll get the gist of it. I mean, we do shows all over the country. We love Electrify. This is the conference for learning about new forms of transportation and transportation that fits with all of our existing forms of transportation as well. So,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Pedro, anything else you want to add as we close things out?
No, thank you for the great information. I absolutely love these things. I'm going to have to pick one up.
Well, there you go. Got a new customer.
Thanks, you guys, and thanks GreenCars, and thanks to the whole Electrify team. It's a great event, and we just encourage you guys to walk up and try things here. You know, like there's a whole new world of this sorts of type of mobility, and it works with existing types. And small EVs, big EVs, cars, bikes, scooters, they're all great. They all have their place. And they're all doing good, and they're all fun as well.
No, again, Electrify Expo is all about what you said. Again, small EV and big EV, and you guys are in that small EV realm. And I think what's most important is it gives people a chance to really get a taste for what works for them. But as you said, you guys have applications for so many different ways. It, again, meets the family where they are for both kids and adults. So for those who are listening, this is the EV Reality Check booth, powered by GreenCars.com. We've been sitting here with Jason from JackRabbit, showing off their OG and their MG. Make sure to swing by, go through Electrify Show Off, get some test rides going with JackRabbit. We've got many more people throughout the day. We'll be talking to other people making the electrified industry happen. So Jason, thanks again for coming by, dude.